Hello everyone and welcome back to Planetbase. As you can see today we are starting straight on the loading screen. Now, in keeping with the theme of this series, this episode begins with an apology. This is technically going to be episode 4 of the series, but in reality it is the 6th one I have recorded. Now, what happened was, while encoding episode 3, that is the one that went up 2 days ago, I attempted to record episodes 4 and 5. However, now while the gameplay was smooth while I was playing it and the audio quality came out fine, the real-time encoding that OBS does while recording the software, or recording the image rather, lagged out quite significantly because my CPU, which is an i7 but it's about 5 years old now, was completely engaged with encoding episode 3. The video editor I use is apparently quite resource intensive. So I have downloaded a lightweight one and I'm trying to relearn how to do everything on that system, and I'm not sure if I'll do the transition. I might just record in a batch and then code in a batch and then upload in a batch, or just queue my uploads anyway. But unfortunately those 2 episodes are lost to us. However, I have uploaded them to YouTube in, I think one is in 1080p and the other is in 720, just for, I was trying to save time. And as those will be available in the description, they are unlisted, but you are able to watch them if you can stand the frame rate. So if you'd like to see what happened between episodes 3 and now, which is technically episode 4, but we're going to call it that for now. Technically episode 6, but we're going to call it episode 4. Then you can go and watch those videos. However, I will give a brief explanation now, but I don't want to eat up too much of this episode's time because all that audio there is fine, so you can just minimize it and listen, I suppose. Alright, so here we are back in the game. As you can see, the base looks quite different from what I explained. We have our mining. I think last time we set up our secondary mining and we spoke about expanding this way. So what we've done in the meantime, let me drop the roof, is we have built another storage room. We have built, I think this is, yes, a larger biodome and another processing plant. And we are going to be linking up all 3 of these structures, including that one there. And we are going to be expanding our manufacturing, our resource production. We also built another spares workshop, 2 semiconductor foundries, and an arms workshop for guns. We set up a security office with an armory and a security console, and we got 2 guards into the colony. We began expanding out this way. As you can see, we built another oxygen generator just for this side of the base's supply, in case they get cut off for whatever reason, by perhaps a meteor strike. We built another canteen and another dorm. Now, once our bioplastic is up to scratch, we will be populating those with machines and such. Then we also improved our power and water production and consumption, or storage rather, production and storage. And by connecting these 2 sides of the base up with this arc, we sort of provide a bit of redundancy so that if the side of the base is cut off either there or there by a meteorite strike, there will still be power and all water resources will flow between the 2. Now, what we are lacking at the moment is bioplastics. Now, which is kind of annoying because we need bioplastics to set up the starch to create more bioplastics. So what we're going to do is the next trader to come in, oh, here's one right here. We're going to try and buy starch from. There we go. We want not that medicine. We want 36, and we're just going to give him. As you can see, our food is rather desperately low as well, and we're just going to trade him. I think we'll just give him some medicinal plants. We have quite a few. Yes, there we go. Take 4 of those, man, and be on your way. Thank you. Alright, so that will give us another 5 starch, that's another 5 bioplastic, and the first thing we are building, and I'm putting this on maximum priority, is some rapid food production. We're going to throw some tomato and some lettuce down. Let's cancel that one and make another lettuce. There we go, another lettuce pod. Okay, fantastic. And then we will also be building some long-term starch, but actually, wait, perhaps let's be clever about this and hike that priority up to maximum. So they will prioritize building that over this. Why are you all out of power? You're out of power? Is there no power flowing? There was no power flowing. And they kept trying to use the airlock. Understood. Now that that airlock is built, we can also just maybe we'll connect it. I think we'll connect it up here. It's a nice straight path. Looks better. But yes, they will be able to now exit and enter the base. That airlock wasn't entirely necessary, but it's much faster for them to just come in here and drop off the resources or over to the storage than walking all the way around to get there. Our food situation is rather desperate at the moment. Is there any way? Oh, right, he's going to leave now. I was going to say we should buy some food from him, trade some of our medicine, or perhaps, or other things. Okay, bioplastics. Oh, fantastic. That's been built. And we will get some food out of that, because our food situation, as you can see, is not fantastic. We also took in a lot more colonists. We are now up to 40 colonists in this colony, and I will show you what the demographics are there. We have 15 workers, and that was to ramp up production here, and it has worked. We have got a full, and once this is up and running, there will be no idle workers. They're also helping ship things, since all our bots are broken. Bar, I think we have a single driller bot remains. Everything else is broken down. Biologists, we have 9 engineers, 5 medics, and 2 guards. Now, the medics are actually a mistake. By chance, I had it set to 25%, and I think workers 75, and we had 3 medics arrive on one ship. Now, let me just check something quickly on the wiki, but I believe that I have received a very useful comment, and I just want to get this gentleman's name correct. Stu Pedasso, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Stu. Stu Pedasso has provided me with some very, very useful information. He told me that if I press spacebar, fantastic, if I hold spacebar, it hides the UI, so that will help us take some really cool screenshots of our nice, sexy base. Not sure why I'm sexualizing bubbles of plastic, but there you go. Take that as you will. Thank you very much, Stu. He is the first and only commenter so far on my videos, and your continued support is much appreciated, man. Thank you very much. So there we go, a far more cinematic view of things. Again, I'll just sort of stick the cursor up there and crop it out. But yes, okay, so now with that said, and thanks given, we can focus on expansion in this episode. Now we're going to ramp things up again up to 4 times speed. Like I keep forgetting, the game defaults to 1. And we're going to just sort of let this happen. We're going to monitor our food levels quite closely. At the moment, they seem very stable. They're not going up, they're not going down. We're breaking even, but that's not really what I want. I want to be making a massive profit on food. And we're definitely not going to be selling it for a bit. There we go. Okay, so our biologist staff is able to keep up. We are definitely going to need more. And that will, of course, require more. We definitely have enough resources to support more people now. I don't think we have a shortage of water. Let's just check our grid. We are producing 18 and consuming 7.5 as a static amount, or mildly fluctuating, but close to static. As this gets built, that will improve, but I think we're not going to drop below 14, maybe 13 at worst. So we're probably safe there. And let's have a look at buying some food. Not selling any. Alright, man. Cheers. He can just get dismissed. We're going to open up that pad again. In fact, what we're going to do is open up that pad to biologists. Exclusively biologists. I can right and left click simultaneously to get them to go a bit faster. Right, so biologists will arrive now. Hopefully en masse. Fantastic. Okay, they're storing the food. This is very, very good. Can I link these two up? Just too far. Perhaps I could put another structure in here. What do we need? A bot facility would be very nice, but I'm probably going to place that here next to our spares. Oh, never mind. There's no space for it. I could always chuck that down there, and they'll just ship things to and fro. Now, can I connect these up? No, that would have been nice, but not necessary. Okay, looking good, looking good, looking good. Our food situation will improve slightly with this. And a couple waves of food coming in now. And with more biologists, this will only improve. Oh, there we go. How many are we getting? 2. Okay, we're going to accept a few more than that. We can support up to 60 people at the moment, including tourists, once we build the spaceport. Oh, and that was the grand promise I've made to you so many times, is we will build a spaceport. We will build a massive spaceport. We'll have the best spaceport. No one makes spaceports like us. Tremendous. The finest. And with my campaign promises complete, we will take a look at that this episode. And I do promise we have our 20 steel, I believe. 21. We're going to commit to it. Oh, it's 10. Oh, it's only 10. I am an absolute fool. 1,000 apologies to everyone who I've lied to. Now we're going to stick this nice and close here for easy access. Just snap it on like that. That will get shipped out there eventually and built. Okay, we are at 4 times speed, right? Yes. Okay, food levels are increasing slightly, but I'm not sure if we're increasing and then dropping rapidly or what. So we're just going to let it run a bit more. We are going to build that starch now that we have more Oh, and we just got more biologists. How many more? How many more? Are those coming in? Or I suppose we could just see here. Okay, so we have a total of 5 new biologists. I think we're going to let that increase to about 8 new ones, so 3 more at least, and then we'll call it a day on them. And that means with our newfound staff powers, we can improve our production here. So let us put some midterm starch. And we'll put some wheat there as well. And we'll put a very long-term one, and well as some midterm food, and then just more and more and more starch. There we go. Okay, maxed out that biodome. Remember, the primary focus of this biodome is starch production, not so much food production. We will have a separate food biodome, and starch does provide food. Obviously, at 60% of the rate at a regular one, of the same speed, but still good enough. Or 66.6 recurring, I suppose. Now, with all that said and done, and that built, oh fantastic, we can accept tourists. Let's have a look at this. Okay, visitors allowed, traders disabled. Okay, in the meantime then, we'll have a look at what our situation is down there. I don't think we'll accept colonists for now, but we'll definitely accept visitors. Now, with that done, we need to look at constructing more dormitories for hopefully for our colonists to sleep in, improving our canteen. They'll all share for now, but it's not fantastic. These guys pay more the better experience they have. So you want a bar and a sort of a living quarters and things, but we're just going to get the ball rolling and accept them now. Very good, very good. I'm also going to reduce the priority on this back to standard. I don't want my biologists prioritizing all the way down there over these things. This is primarily for resource production, which can wait. Food is far, far more essential. And vitro meat, as you can see, it goes quick enough, you know. There we go. So let's see what sort of meals we've got in here. We have salad and basic. I'm not sure what that means. Basic, and salad. I'm not sure if there are modifiers attached to the meal quality they receive. Hopefully, if anyone, please, if you know, let me know in the comments below, and I will get back to you once I've read them with my thanks. I also like to make a habit of thanking people by name who comment with useful information in the videos in the next episode. I think that's just a nice way to go about things. Now, as you can see, we have a truly incredible surplus of steel, so we're going to go ahead and set up our processing plant. So, as before, we only have a small one, so we're going to check. Oh, why is it this small? Damn it, did I build the wrong size? Oh, I did build the wrong size. Okay, we're going to redo all of this construction. So this needs to get recycled then. Yes, and he'll just snap into his spacesuit, and this is going to get recycled then as well. We can recycle this first, get that back, and then we'll recycle this and get that back. Otherwise we lose the connection. Okay, once those things have been shipped and moved out of the way, we will rebuild that entire process. I need the large processing plant to fit in 2 of each at least per tile. Maybe I'll even go all the way up. We have quite a surplus of everything. Quite an impressive surplus of things, actually. We're breaking even on food now with our new production. Oh, visitors! Oh, is this ship design not just stunning? I know I keep saying it. Okay, so they're coming straight in. They have some needs they need satisfied, and once they're all satisfied, they'll leave. So they need to sleep, then they'll eat, and then they'll get happy, and then they'll bounce. So they're going to go in here. Here we go. And I believe they will pay more for private cabins, but that is a massive resource expense we cannot really afford at the moment. That's the type of thing when you've got, you know, surpluses in the several dozen that you can spare. You can do a bit of an expansion in that regard. Come on, pick up the things. Let's go, let's go. Oh, so terrifyingly close. Okay, how's our sleeping situation looking? Everyone's still rotating, but we absolutely need to improve our sleeping situation. How's our visit doing? As you can see, they come in their little sweatpants. They're color-coded purple, which is kind of indistinguishable from the blue at night. But there he goes. He's also got a little baseball cap on. In fact, I don't know if I think quite a few people might wear baseball caps. I'm not certain. Oh, he hasn't got it on now. But yes, you can see he's sort of got a casual attire. There's his little cap back on. He's going to look at that plant till he's happy. He's a simple man. Millard Middleton, he's comes from a simple name for a simple man. He has not much to worry about in life. He's stargazing, he's checking out the pine tree, observing the local foliage, taking in everything around him. He's also changed clothes spontaneously. He has now become Colonel Sanders. Oh, and now he's back to being just regular old Millard, doing his thing, slowly improving his life. I think Millard's going to need a drink at this rate, because he's going to look at a lot of trees before he's happy, and we're never going to get rid of him, and he's just going to eat our food. So I think what we should do is, could you please ship this? What happens if I recycle it? Oh, it'll just delete it. No, we don't want to do that. It's very annoying. Well, okay, what we're going to do is force them to fetch it by building up our cafeteria. So we're going to place one, actually we're going to put them on this side, one, so they're close to the door, 1, 2, 3 meal makers. Only can I place one? So how many of these can I place? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we can fit 6 people that way. 2, 3 of those. We're going to place a drinking fountain there, a drinking fountain there, and we're going to fill this up even more. Okay, so bar stools. We're going to place a pot plant on this side, a pot plant on this side, a larger table, another drinking fountain perhaps, and another pot plant. Okay, now that is maxed out. I know it's a bit excessive use of our resources, but I want them to clear that out. Okay, fantastic. Now that that's been done, all this metal, wow. We're going to turn down focus on that. We'll still do the bioplastics. Wow, it's just so many workers, it's great. Can I perhaps, how am I going to get them to move that? They will ship it when there's no active jobs remaining. I'm actually going to enable traders. I want more blueprints, and we have quite a bit of surplus stuff to sell, for example the metal now. So let's re-enable our landing permissions, traders. And now traders will land on both here and here, and visitors will land on the smaller one, I believe. Once you've unlocked this, you can now start accepting visitors in smaller amounts on the smaller pads. You can receive a truly ludicrous number of colonists from the large starport, so just be careful of having your colonists activated and your starport active at the same time, because you cannot, as far as I can tell, again if you know please let me know in the comments, but you cannot, as far as I can tell, specify which port they will come in on, just that they must arrive. I think the game sort of assumes you've got the larger spaceport, you can accept more colonists. Oh, sorry for that, I clicked off the screen. And there we go. Okay, this recording is now at 18 minutes on my count, but that's where I'm excluding my babbling at the beginning. So I think we'll go all the way up to 25 on this episode, and then the next episode we'll filter back to our regular 20 to 25 bracket. Let's have a look here. Okay, they're eating happily. Meal makers are stocked. This is good. They're shipping it straight from storage. That's why that's there. We may put another building here with the connection point. That'll remove some of our production space there, but that's okay. We could just build another lab, really, between the 2 points. Or even just a large biodome. I like linking my base up in as sort of a spaghetti pattern, if possible, because it just reduces the chances of things being severed. Oh, Vincent May came in his private shuttle. He's a spacefaring extraordinaire. He's apparently very hungry as well. There we go, just checking into the motel for the night. He's just going to hang out. Did we get paid? Oh, we got 35 credits from our 2 tourists. Now, like I said, the more you satisfy them, the more they will give you. And I think the faster you satisfy them and to the better quality you satisfy them, the more they will give you. So now, happiness and morale, just in general, seems to be a bit of a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up sleeping on this side. We're just going to chuck a couple bunks down, just to ensure that we have absolutely no people running around tired. I think another 5 should cut it. That's 6 in total, and we can fit another. Let's just put down all the blueprints, whatever. We're producing so quickly now, it's not really a concern. Oh, we're going to need to pack these in a bit tighter. There, and can we fit another one? Yes, okay, so we can fit a total of 8 in here, as opposed to, what's the smaller one at? I think it's probably at 6. 6. So you only get another 4 sleeping spaces. And what's the difference? What's the difference in resources? 2 and 2. So, it's not really that much of a gain, hey? If it was maybe 10, that would be a significant improvement. That just takes up a lot more space. It's a terminus building. I think I might not build the large one again. I think I'll just stick with the smaller ones. But there we go. Okay, so now this is definitely needed. We are getting much more people. And once we have more stuff on this side, this will be very much necessary. So what we're going to do is begin that exact process and build a multi-dome, which will go nice and build a medium-sized one right over here. Now that will be the central connection point for the rest of our facilities. For example, a bar. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's stop that. We're going to build another storage yard. I know we have an excess of storage, but I'd rather have an excess than a lack thereof. Now, what's our resource situation looking like? Ridiculous amounts of metal and a rather pitiful amount of bioplastic. So we're going to build a... We did just build a whole bunch of beds. So we're just going to build a medium storage there. It's a connection point. And then off that, we'll build our multi-dome. This side. There we go. And we will build our bar right there. I want the bar. Not connect to both? I'd like to connect to both. There we go. There and fantastic. Oh, 2 resources for that construction, hey? Okay, well, we'll just do the one for now. We can always throw the other one in. Damn it! Injuries. Now, as Stu pointed out again in, I think it was on episode 2, he gave me some more really good information, is that colonists will very rarely ever receive actual injuries that need a medikit to repair. They will just sort of, deplete a bit of health, and they'll go and take a bit of a nap, and they'll be fine. So, but we want to reduce the number of people requiring naps. We have a very limited number of beds. So what we're going to do is head over here, security controls, and show on yellow alert. Now, this makes a truly awful noise, and I don't know if it'll come out in the recording, but I'm going to reduce the sound that produces, because it is... Can I not reduce the sound in-game? Oh. Well, that's rather annoying. Oh well, anyway. They'll make a plan. They'll all head back inside now, and they won't go outside until such time. Does our bot deteriorate faster? Probably. Well, he also receives the movement penalty, so that's... We know that happens. Is storage pretty much full? Almost. Chock-a-block with metal. Oh, good, that's done. Okay, so we can now throw down our processing plant. So we're going to build... I had the small one. We want the big one, or the medium-sized one, as close as we can get. And we're going to throw it right there and see if we can't link these up to both. Yes, we can. Fantastic. And then we're going to build the airlock. Oh no, please don't tell me it won't fit now with the large plant. I think that may be why I built the smaller one. Okay, let's see if we can't stick the plant further over with just one connection. It only really needs to go to the biodome. Storage, yeah, it's a bit of a mish, but that's okay. And perhaps we should connect rather to storage, like that. And then, because then you can just sort of... It's more important that they be able to store things rapidly rather than receive raw materials. There we go. Okay, we can always build something else here as a 4th connection point, and they can just... it wouldn't really make the pathing much better, but yeah, it would be a start. So we're going to connect that up there and there, because we have the spare metal, and voila! Okay. Is the sandstorm over yet? So if these are maxed, then no, it is not. There is a storm warning in effect. Welcome to... Oh, who died? Oh, okay, it was just this connection. Now, see, this would be rather distressing, because if I had not built this link all the way around, that meteorite would have severed our power, water, everything to the base. And that would have been rather awkward, because if our airlocks die, people can't leave. And if people can't leave, they can't go outside to fix it. So it is rather important that you have a redundant connection to things. In fact, can we snap a connection? Maybe over here? Yeah, we're going to do that. There we go. Okay, just for a bit more redundancy. Can this connect up here? No, of course not. Okay, we're going to disable that god-awful noise. There we go. Okay, I will hopefully... I'm pretty sure I can just reduce that post-production for the exported video. So you shouldn't have to deal with what I just went through, which was a harrowing and life-ending experience. I wouldn't recommend it. Oh, and I love all these small sort of little components. They're completely aesthetic. As you can see, when you build tunnels, they just sort of get removed. But I really do like the attention to little details like this in the game. Probably got sort of a moxie, and it's probably a moax, whatever it's called. The sort of water recycling system. It's very, very cool to see the attention to detail put in that the developers of this game really sort of strove for. Now, we're going to end the episode here, I think. We're at 25, received our first visitors. We're a whole 50 coins richer than we've ever been. And we're sort of getting everything constructed. Also, when sandstorms happen, it puts your game speed back to 1. So we're going to hike that back up. I'm going to snap a few cinematic shots of this. And hopefully turn that into a thumbnail for a change. Because I'm kind of tired of using the Planetbase wallpaper. Oh, that's quite a nice shot, isn't it? Yes, and if I could get Jobs Bliss in the corner there, that would be pretty cool. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. See you all in the next video.